Hi, I'm Chris. Today we will be reviewing two of the best $80,000 luxury off-road SUVs currently on the market. Rivian R1S and the Lexus GX550. Both have several similarities. Both have above average crash ratings and safety features preventing accidents. Both tow over 7,500 pounds. Both are very capable for off-roading purposes when properly equipped. For the Rivian with the tire package and skid plates, and for the GX when you option the Overtrail package. Additionally, both companies have a reputation for great customer service and support. So this video is going to be broken up into two parts. Part one is going to cover the intro, which we're doing now, and the Rivian R1S. And part two is going to cover the GX550 and the conclusion on which one may suit you best and which one you might want to go with. So let's get started.
The Rivian R1S has to be one of the best driving vehicles I've been in a long time. And that's comparing it to things like the G-Wagon, Cadillac Escalades, and some of these more premium SUVs. And it just goes over these rough, potholed roads here in Houston effortlessly. And it does it in a manner that it doesn't feel like it's going to upset the vehicle. Some luxury vehicles ride like they're couches on wheels. This feels like it's a couch on wheels, but on rails at the same time. It's quite hard to explain. I don't feel like I'm going to have any harsh bottom outs in the suspension where I'm going to spill my coffee on me in the morning going to work. It just feels planted. And the steering in this is phenomenal. It provides all the feedback you could ever want from a steering system. Even better than many sports cars, to be frank with you. You know what the front end of this vehicle is doing, and if you intend to off-road it, that is crucial to knowing what the front end is doing when you're off-roading it. And this is the tri-motor package I'm currently driving right now, and with the battery package on board, this one, it has a range of 400 miles with the all seasons on it. And that's pretty phenomenal if you think about it, because the vehicle I'm comparing it to with all terrains is 350. Now, this will take 45 minutes to charge on the fast charger compared to that vehicle, but it's 45 minutes from 0 to 100%. And if you're taking the battery down to 0%, you might have other planning issues than just finding a charger.
So something that's become more and more important throughout the years to me as I've gotten older and I've considered starting a family is safety, crash ratings, and safety features. And something that the Rivian has done really well is it has earned the IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus Award. And on top of that, it has several great systems on board that provide you a safety net while driving it. Some of them where, they're not the only ones that do this, but where you throw your turn signal indicators on and it will show what's in your left side mirror. In case you have a blind spot, I can see the complete side of the vehicle with the camera, even if my mirrors are misaligned, which they shouldn't be, but sometimes people make these mistakes. On top of that, the vehicle has an active camera system, and so if you're in an accident, it will capture the entire incident, not only for the other drivers and occupant safety, but for yours as well, to figure out the cause of the accident. So with the radar systems and everything this vehicle has, and everything's integrated really well in it, it doesn't over-inundate you, or it doesn't pester you. And some vehicles do that. And this just does it really well. So if safety is an important thing, this is something the Rivian does really good. And I think you should definitely consider it as an option if that is your top priority.
One of the reasons you may be cross-shopping between the Rivian R1S and this Lexus GX550 is you're looking for a family vehicle that is also off-road capable or that could support overlanding adventures. And out of the box, stock for stock, the Rivian R1S is just a more capable platform, whether it's its auto leveling system if you have rooftop tint, or its campground lighting system that offers you lighting at the campground. But that's about where the benefits of the Rivian end, because as you do modifications to these vehicles, you're going to lose range and efficiency. And on the Rivian, that's a big deal. If I put bigger tires on the Rivian, I'm going to lose 10-20% of range. Whereas if I put bigger tires on this Lexus GX550, so what? I can stop at a gas station and fill up in 5 minutes. It's not a big deal. Another benefit of this vehicle over the Lexus is the off-road support. The community for the Lexus and the Toyota community is massive. I'd argue and bet that any major city in the United States probably has a overland group for Toyota and Lexus owners. And that's probably not the same for the Rivian, let alone all its submodels. On top of that, the aftermarket support for these vehicles is massive. You can get everything from suspension, axle upgrades, portal axles, lighting, rooftop tint systems, bumpers, armor, skid plates. It's just endless, and there's several manufacturers that support these platforms. So if you're trying to build a fantastic overland vehicle, yeah, if you could build this Lexus 550 into a better overland vehicle, hands down. As discussed in the Rivian R1S review, safety is a big importance to me. And while at the time of this video, the GX550 hasn't been independently tested by IIHS yet, the vehicle it shares the same platform with, the 2023 Toyota Tundra, has. And when that vehicle conducted the testing, it scored a Top Safety Pick Plus. So I have no doubts that this vehicle will achieve the same rating. On top of that, this vehicle has several systems that keep the driver focused. In fact, just above the steering column, there is some type of infrared camera system that looks if I'm paying attention to the road in front of me. If I look off to the side while I'm moving, it beeps at me. It has blind spot monitoring, radar systems on board, lane assist, and then in front of me, there is also a digital display HUD assembly. And so kind of like what you see in like a fighter aircraft. So it's projecting on the windscreen my speed, my direction, the current speed limit. And one interesting thing it also does is it shows oncoming traffic from your left and right. So if you're pulling at a parking spot, it has a radar system that sees before you can sometimes see past the blind spot if there's oncoming traffic as you're inching out into the street, and it will show what direction the traffic's coming from. When you back up, you can have a full 360 view of all your surroundings, and there's a button right here that allows you to press it while you're stationary, and it will do a full 360 walk around of the vehicle. Not just a view, but it'll actually do a full 360 like you're walking around a vehicle, which is really nice, and it's really neat. It really gives you the perspective that you are safe to move the vehicle. There's no children around you. There's no items that you wish not to run over. So I have no issues with putting my family in a vehicle like this.
Let's conclude this video with getting to the 4 things I like and dislike about both vehicles, and then we'll get to the conclusion of what I think. Starting off with the Rivian R1S, the 4 things I like is the onboard air compressor and the front storage area. The fact that the rear doors open a full 90 degrees almost, allowing easy access for adults to get in and out of the vehicle, as well as making it easy for adults to load children into car seats. The third thing is the pet climate control system that you can set and leave your pets into the vehicle, and it disables the vehicle from being driven. And one unique thing about this capability is if you turn it on from inside the vehicle, you can't accidentally turn it off from your phone unless Rivian changed that at the time of this recording. And fourth, one of my favorite things about the Rivian is the continuous software updates to improve the vehicle and the fun interaction they have with owners with Easter egg holiday functions. The Rivian R1S design gives me the vibe of a 1950s concept vehicle designed by Land Rover. The design looks modern, but it's not so over the top that it makes you question the designer's philosophy. The interior is well laid out, with everything being easy to use, with the appearance of durability and long life. The Gen 2 Rivian R1S currently offers 3 powertrain options, with a quad motor being offered later on next year. Starting off, we have the standard dual motor with standard battery, offering 533 horsepower with a possible range of 270 miles for a starting price of $75,900. Next, we have the performance dual motor with max battery pack, offering 665 horsepower with a possible range of 410 miles for $82,900. And finally, we have the tri-motor max battery pack, offering 850 horsepower with a possible range of 371 miles for $105,900. Moving on to the GX550, things I really like is the safety systems on board, the cameras, the heads-up display. I just really enjoy the safety systems. This safety suite is phenomenal in that vehicle. The towing capacity of 9,100 pounds. I can tow pretty heavy loads far and quickly. So if I wanted to get an overland trailer, that is not an issue. The GX550 design is that of a cyberpunk design meets classic FJ Cruiser. It's muscular and sharp in all the right areas, and due to its boxy design, it's easy to drive. It's like driving a big Jeep. The interior is classic Lexus with usable storage spaces and quality leather on almost all surfaces with great ergonomics. The GX550 comes with only one powertrain, the V35A twin turbo V6 3.5 liter with 349 horsepower at 4,800 RPM and 479 foot-pounds of torque at 2,000 RPM, equipped with all-wheel drive and a 10-speed auto. The only drivetrain change from trims is KDSS, offered on the Overtrail and Overtrail Plus trims. KDSS provides improved stability while off-roading and improved wheel travel. The trims and prices are the GX550 Premium, starting at $64,250. The GX550 Premium Plus at $69,250. The GX550 Overtrail at $69,250. The GX550 Overtrail Plus at $77,250. The GX550 Luxury at $77,250. And finally, the GX Luxury Plus at $81,250. Now the conclusion. If you're looking for a vehicle that can tow heavy loads across country, whether it be a camper or just towing a boat, or a vehicle that you can trust for 20 plus years, or a vehicle that can conquer, events like the Alcan 5000, which is a 5,000 mile event through Alaska, and you want something that is luxury at the same time, I think the GX550 is for you. But if you want an overland vehicle that can commute up to the trail, if you live somewhere in California and there's trails nearby you, or you're spending most of your time in traffic, the R1S hands down has the better suspension, ride, and features compared to the GX550. Where it just really falls short on is, again, the towing. And so if you intend to use it for that, I feel like you'll end up getting a replacement vehicle or another vehicle to tow things. Towing local with it, super smooth. No problem with it. But if you want to tow cross-country with something, I would recommend the GX. So, with that being said, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.